Alright folks, so welcome to the next part. We are back relatively quickly since that was just an unlucky crash that took us down. So let's see where this goes. I've already hit our friend Mr. X here quite a few times with missiles. So I don't know how many more missiles this guy's aircraft can take. I mean, he's already eaten 3. I know that if I had 3, I would get knocked out very bad. So I was in a different view because it was working better for dogfighting. Because I was trying to utilize my gun some more. Because I'm trying to utilize the gun. And fortunately the Rafale's a very nimble aircraft, but it's a little too nimble sometimes. Because the thing goes all herky-jerky. So I'm going to be more careful here because I literally just turned smack dab into a building in the thick of things. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. Stall into there. So it looks like we lost another pilot. So are we actually going to destroy this guy or what? So I'm just hitting him with a bunch of missiles as he flies like inhumanly right there. Like he's got some kind of bug almost. Got some weird ECM right there. Man, the HCA just lets me spray. I have so many more missiles than usual. Yeah. Here's the ECM. Just want to make sure I'm... Is it that? That's the moon. Towards the sun.
We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Brabant is now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately. Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
So, mission accomplished, I suppose?
Shit. So Weissman died for nothing.
Alright then. I guess that's the conclusion of that. Probably got an A rank because we crashed, so that kind of decreased our time rank that we had, unfortunately. But, you know, that was my own fault. I shouldn't have chased him around there.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields.
So we got 2 trophies this
Don't
time.
know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
So yeah, there we go. We got an A rank, so You know, I'll take it. So I've ordered a bunch of medals. Got a bunch of new skins and a bunch of new nicknames, so let's just go on to the next mission since this part is relatively small.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Okay, so this will be interesting. I suppose the war's not over after taking the capital, but we did get a lot of MRP here, so let's take a look and see if we could spend it on anything. Perhaps maybe the F-15C, but part of me wants to keep going with the Rafale, so I think that's what we'll do. I think it's the best bet we have at this juncture. So we'll go with the Rafale, and we want the HCAA for this mission, and we want the fast reload since there's so many HCAAs. So we'll go with that, and that's what we want. All right, so let's sortie.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
So it looks like our IFF is like half working, almost.
The unidentified Osean craft. This is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendly? Over. This is Longcast. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side. Those two pilots we've heard about must be here too. Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns? What's the status of the war? The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion. Willingness to process the unknowns conquer cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up Wilson.
Oh shit, I almost just shot an ally.
Just run it to shoot us, right? Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
So I wonder what would have just happened if I just shot my ally. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of confusing, but interesting. Okay. So we know those are bad guys. Are these enemies? Nope, those are allies.
This is AWACS for the LRSSG. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Knowledge block line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
That's probably an ally. No. Okay. Listen, so it's only the beginning of the mission, so I'm not that angry, but I literally could not see like the strings on the crane right there, so I'm not sure what they want me to do. So, okay. So there's those cranes that got us again.
Tonight has been a total shock. It's Russian military. The city under martial law. Gunfire, jets echoing from the streets.
So I wonder what happens if I shoot the yellow targets. I'm very curious to see what would happen. Because I know these are our allies right here. Yes. Although someone's shooting a missile at us. See, they're shooting at me. So, you know, I'm inclined to shoot back, but they're actually not the enemy. These have got to be enemy fighters right here. No, they're not. Wow. How about this guy? No, he's a friendly. Very interesting mechanic. So it looks like we destroyed all these guys. I'm not sure how infrared helps identify the IFF, but I mean, hey, it's an interesting mechanic, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely better than the clouds, that's for sure. It adds some spice without being annoying. Certainly, these have to be bad guys now that they just sprung up. No. Yeah, don't we want to shoot the Erusian military? I thought Erusia was the bad guys here. So then, if those are Erusian military, then who are these guys? So I know these guys are bad guys because they're shooting at me. Yeah, that's the SAM that was shooting at me. Very fitting soundtrack for this mission. Let's take a look at this guy. Identify if he's a friendly or not. Oh, he's an enemy.
Wow, there's so much snow out there. It looks like the guy from that one film with the drug problem, cocaine.
Indeed, there is a lot of snow outside.
Also, Andrew,
What's up?
so your viewers can know. So you know how you're having that weight issue.
Yeah.
Well,
You want to give them some advice on how to,
cut weight unhealthily.
yeah, but fast?
But fast, yeah. Buy a sauna suit. If you don't know what a sauna suit is, wear 3 pairs of sweats. Find the nearest area that's hot for you. If you're in Florida, that's outside. If not, that's in your bathroom. Turn the shower on hot and sit in it. And also don't eat. So no, or drink water. But if you have a few days, drink like a gallon a day for like 2 days. Cut that to a half gallon on the 3rd day. Go cold turkey for the 2 days before you need to be not fat. You'll dehydrate the shit out of yourself. But on the point that I was trying to make, I can't. Midshipman Horn. That's his first name. He also failed the height and weight
Oh, really?
because they said he was 5'9", not 5'10". Just like how I'm only 6 feet tall, but I'm really like 6'1" and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Take that to the bank. So I'm going to talk to one of my lieutenants about checking my Dobberg. And on my Dobberg is my correct height, measured by a doctor.
Right.
So hopefully
So
on that it's like 73 and a couple inches extra.
So tips and tricks got. Oh look, Chris just subscribed. So
Yo, fuck yeah, man.
So
I subscribed last night.
tips and tricks to lose weight fast, people.
Yeah.
From none other than.
Another one you could do, which is less healthy than just dehydrating yourself, and probably very wrong. Donate a few pints of blood. That'll take some out of you if you're like doing it right away. Like if you're gonna go weigh yourself and you gotta weigh in for whatever, and you don't have to do physical activity when you weigh in, donate a few pints of blood, you'll lose a pound or 2. Also, just cut off some limbs. I've actually seen. This is more of like for wrestlers if you're really close to
I might
it.
have some young viewers. So
Yeah,
just-
well, that's fine.
that's-
If you're really close to it, I've seen guys cut their hair right before a match
Really?
to lose the next couple ounces that they need. Yeah, I've seen guys lose their hair to wrestle. So.
That's a lot of desperation.
Yeah. You can also just make yourself throw up.
Sure, I guess.
Pull the trigger.
So there you go, folks. If you needed any help with losing weight, tips and tricks from a friend of mine. But love the setting, love the soundtrack, very fitting. I don't know what I'm doing, just flying around. Here we go. Here's some more targets to shoot at. Ah, Free Erusians. Where have I heard that one before? So I feel like all these guys should be bad guys, since we've identified the allies at this point. At least that's what I want to assume, because, you know, I feel like it makes sense. Hopefully you guys think the same too. Okay, so alright. So those. Okay, we might fail this mission because I sort of lost track of what was going on. You know, I'm just gonna start shooting at everything now. Oh, that was not a good idea. I almost just killed my ally right there. Okay, so this is getting interesting because these. No. Nope, those are all my allies, so probably best that I didn't shoot at my teammates. Oh no. So these guys have to be bad if they're, yep. If they're shooting at. Yep. Yes, I know, game. Oh my gosh. That was bad. Die. Okay. Okay. Why are they shooting at me if they're my allies? That's kind of strange. Yeah, that has to be a bad guy. He just shot a missile at me. So I'm hoping, in fact, I'm really hoping that I didn't get penalized for shooting at my teammate. Or I guess my ally, if you will. What? Where is the... Okay, I had a feeling those were all allies. So, Belkans are back, folks. I thought we killed Harling, but whatever. So, I guess Aruja's our friend now? Maybe not? I mean... It says the Erusian fighter's my ally. Yet, like right there. But somehow, they're still showing up in like red text. So, these guys gotta be bad guys. Yep. I mean, it's kind of... I mean, you don't know, but like you do know at the same time because they did say there were guys outside the tunnel. So, like, it's interesting, but it's like it's not impossible. Again, I like that you can sort of kind of determine. You know, like, okay, so those guys are all allies. How about these guys? These guys should be allies because they're kind of far away. Looks like we're out of flares too. No, friends, all friends. These guys are friends? No. Not even paying attention to any of the chat right now because I'm so focused on the mission. It's very intriguing how you have to identify these guys first. Okay, so these guys are bad. I thought Princess Cassette was the person who had to do with the war, but apparently this guy has something else to do with it. So I think we just beat the mission. I don't even know who this Captain Carl guy is. So it looks like we're coming to an end. So we got plenty of missiles. Ah,
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
I see. So that light almost signifies that there's a
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
what's it called? A drone. So let's find out what's going on here. We'll use our HCA to identify.
Weapon use is prohibited.
C1s and F-18s.
Check footage. Does seem to be a transport with escorts.
Ah. So
I don't need to remind you. Do not attack the civilian liaison.
I want to shoot. It's telling me to fire. It's telling me to shoot, but I can't. They're saying weapon use is prohibited. Uh-oh.
Unknown detected the ghost plane. Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
That's all we can do.
Who are these guys?
ID complete. They're Osean fighters.
Oh no, these guys are bad.
Stay sharp.
Ooh, YF-23.
Any complaints?
Granted.
Yeah, good work. Sure everyone's killed a bandit.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
You see, I don't understand why it's showing up as a target if I can't shoot it. You know, because I got an itchy trigger finger sometimes. You know, like I have self-control, but like I want to shoot him down if I can.
Destroyed. Well done.
Let's see if that HCA will get him, even after it told me to fire.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe.
It's telling me to fire.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
What?
What? In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft.
Let's go. Shoot him down.
We did what we could. Weapons free. We're cleared to attack the escort.
Welcome. Understood.
Wilco.
Hey, it's not our fault. It's the reason. I think something like that. It is the king of all dumbasses.
Oh,
Additional hostiles inbound.
fantastic. We got drones.
Son of a bitch.
Strider 1, target on the wire.
Enemy on your back.
Wait a sec. Okay, so apparently drones have flares on board. So that's interesting.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Come on. Stop breaking. Here we go.
5 bandits remaining.
Nice job, Count. Damn, how did that miss? Oh my gosh.
3 minutes to go.
Alright, we're doing good. Oh wow.
2 minutes left. Show 'em what you got.
Hopefully this is it. I don't know where these drones came from, but they must have come from somewhere. Here we go.
That's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
And the C5 or C1 disappeared.
Understood.
I don't think the C1.
Been eliminated.
Is that even a real plane?
General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
Are we just gonna ignore the other guy?
All hostiles are.
Okay. So we're just gonna ignore.
The Ocean aircraft is here to take us home. The approaching Ocean aircraft. Ocean's Army, elaborate. They still are sealed orders. The iPhone should be a piece of cake.
It's like Chinook did something. What?
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
I don't understand what just happened.
Broadcaster.
Perhaps because I'm so focused on the gameplay and not dying like I always have, I just have an issue with, you know, staying focused, I suppose, on the campaign. What's going on? I recognize who those characters were. Just why all of a sudden the CH-47 just gets shot out of nowhere. Got another trophy, some random.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead. What did you say? Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operation. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still.
Okay, so
Anyway, the sealed order operation has come to a close.
must have been
We have no idea
a
about plan for going forward.
mistake
All we can do for now is
because
watch
of
those backs.
you have to identify people.
He's still alive, since we can hear him cry.
So naturally we got an A because we crashed on the first thing, but that's okay. I'll see you guys on the next one. This was a long one, but I will see you on the next